Hi everyone, my name is Michael. I'm from grade 7 Gandhi and today I'm going to present my Term 2 science project. It is about separation techniques. And the objective of this project is to separate a mixture and a solution with the right separation techniques. The procedure of this project is that first I will decide what separation technique is most suitable for separating the mixture or solution. Then I will make a hypothesis. After that, I will prepare all the apparatuses needed. Then I will measure and record the mass or volume of the combined mixture and the solution. Then I will separate the mixture or solution with the separation technique. After that, I will measure the mass of the substances that have been separated. And then I will analyze the results of the experiment and make a conclusion out of it. First, I will separate the fine sand and iron filing mixture using the magnetic attraction technique. I hypothesize that this technique will work because the mixture is composed of two different substances with different physical properties. One of the substances is made up of magnetic materials, while the other is made up of non-magnetic materials. And so I will take advantage of this difference by using a magnet. After I made my hypothesis, I prepared all the apparatuses needed, which were a digital scale, a magnet bar, a plastic container, a pencil, and a phone. To measure the mass of the mixture, I need to measure the combined mass of the mixture and the plastic bag, which is 114 grams. Then I measured the plastic bag it is in, which is 4 grams. After that, I subtracted the total mass of the mixture and the plastic bag with the mass of the plastic bag, which equals to 110 grams. After I had measured the mass of the mixture, I poured it into a plastic box and started to separate the substances using the magnet bar. To use the magnet bar, I put the magnet near the mixture, then attracted the iron filing and used a tissue to separate the iron filing from the magnet inside the plastic bag. After I did this many times, I was only left with the fine sand in the plastic box. The reason why the iron filing was attracted was because it is made up of magnetic materials. But the magnet didn't attract the fine sand because it is not made up of magnetic materials. After that, I poured the fine sand into a separate plastic bag. Then I measured and calculated the mass of the substances separately, and the mass of the fine sand is 65 grams, while the mass of the iron filings is 45 grams. So in conclusion, the magnetic attraction technique was effective and I was successful in separating the fine sand and iron filing apart. Next, let's move on to the salt and water solution. I will separate them using the evaporation technique. I hypothesize that this technique will work because the mixture is composed of two different substances with different physical properties. The liquid has a lower boiling point than the solid, so I took advantage of this difference by using the evaporation technique and placing them in a room for a couple of days where the temperature is higher than the liquid's freezing point but lower than the solid's boiling point. Then I prepared all the apparatuses needed, which are a digital scale, a plastic container, graduated cylinders, a pencil, and a phone. Now to measure the volume of the solution, I used two graduated cylinders and the volume of the solution is 63 milliliters. To measure the mass of the solution, I used a digital balance and measured the mass of the solution and the two graduated cylinders, which is 171 grams. Then I poured the solution in a plastic box. And then I measured the mass of the two graduated cylinders, which is 107 grams. So to find the mass of the solution, we need to subtract the mass of the solution and graduated cylinders with the mass of the graduated cylinders, which equal to 64 grams. After that, I left the solution in a warm room, and after 16 days, the water has completely evaporated and I am only left with the salt. The reason why the water evaporated and the salt didn't melt and boil was because the water evaporates at any temperature higher than its freezing point and at a much lower temperature than the boiling point of salt. Since the temperature of the room was higher than the freezing point of the water, it evaporated. But because the temperature of the room was a lot lower than the melting point and boiling point of the salt, it remained in the container. After that, I measured the mass of the salt and the plastic box, which is 35 grams. And before I poured the solution onto the plastic box, I measured the mass of the plastic box, which is 30 grams. So to find the mass of the salt, I subtracted the mass of the plastic box from the mass of the salt and plastic box, which equals to 5 grams. So in conclusion, the evaporation technique was effective and worked well, although it was a very long process and could have been done faster by boiling the solution. That's all. Thank you for watching my presentation.